won't lose with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, 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 I'ma act a fool with this. Okay, yeah, yeah. When I hit that. Okay, yeah, yeah. When I hit that. I've been ready for this. Since like 9-5, I've been eager for this. Talent on the rise, I'm consistent with this. Trophy is the prize, ain't no gimmicks with this. Okay, now what's left on them? Told you I'ma flex on them. I did it all subtle, ooh, and then I hit that exit on them. Gotta blame my faith, cause these eyes ain't got nothing on them. I secured the safe for the cradle, I ain't dropping nothing, ooh. Only winning is exception, ain't no truce. Ain't no dub, ain't no L on my crew. Ooh. Only winning is exception on my crew. Yeah. Ain't no dub, ain't no L. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this.
Today, from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, this is Madden NFL 21.
First opened in 2017, there's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap. And he'll be brought down here as the penalty flags come in right away. And we may have a face mask here right at the start between the Seattle Seahawks and the Atlanta Falcons. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's second down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And a nice little broken tackle run there by Todd Gurley, the 10th pick in the 2015 draft.
And that's what you get with him. That full package of speed, power, able to catch the ball in the backfield. Many people doubted him coming out because of the knee injury in college. They're seeing the full Todd Gurley now, and it hurts.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
4-yard line. It's a gain of 4.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. A stop there on third. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on first and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. And they just powered it in right there, Charles. 3 tight ends out on the field. The fullbacks of the defense, they knew what was coming.
They knew, but they weren't able to stop them. They knew they had to meet them with a little bit of force. But on that play, the big guys up front won the day.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Seattle's first go on offense forthcoming, and under center, of course, Russell Wilson.
Gave the commencement address at the University of Wisconsin a couple of years ago. One of the most popular players ever to put on the uniform there. Beginning of his career, he was a so-called game manager. Take care of the football and rely on the defense. Now, in this stage of his career, the offense runs through him, and it runs very well.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
A gain of 1 yard. And the Seahawks first down.
Now it's Carson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Carson.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
That was a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end, being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block, and you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
And that is incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Gurley.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Falcons 7.
They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Touchdown, Falcons. Todd Gurley, 61 yards. And the Falcons will add on to their lead.
We know it's primarily a passing league now, but anytime a runner breaks one like that, you've got to have a secondary that can find a way to him and find a way to get him on the ground. Absent of that, he's going to find the end zone every time.
Koo now for the point after.
For the point after.
And it's good to make it 14-0. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it's finished off by a Todd Gurley touchdown run. Touchdown. Here's Koo to kick off. And this will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He gives it off to Carson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
He's brought down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Couple here, 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Wilson's pass.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go out to the field and try and hold and stop.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. And not much running room. Down to the 32.
1 yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
1st and goal at the 2.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons will extend their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Younghoe Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando on this first half of action. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver, and that'll make it 3rd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On third down, it's Carson. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down.
Well, they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Falcons will be taking over first and 10. Todd Gurley heading back out along with the rest of the Atlanta offense. Might he be on his way to a wreck? And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 43 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
He was taken down by K.J. Wright.
Final play of the half. It's Ryan. That's caught by Hurst. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly So he comes out of nowhere. He's got this handlebar mustache, greasy hair. And he says, would you rather eat a jar of mayonnaise or 3 sticks of butter? And I look, well, all right, never mind. Third quarter action now. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
On second and 9, Wilson throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And that takes us from second to third down. From the shotgun, Wilson steps away to his and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Here's Gurley. Shedding the tackle. Fights free yet again. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. Touchdown, Falcons. Todd Gurley, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons push further out in front.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was.
kickoff for Atlanta.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First down, Seahawks.
Here's Carson. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And this is going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
Okay, every now and then, my defensive bias will leak out here. Abysmal play for them. You've got them backed up, and you let them out.
And take advantage. And you know who's happy? The punter. Because if he was needed, they gave him a lot of space to work with now.
Yeah, because he would have had a lot to think about, right? Don't step over the back line and give him a safety. Now he's got room if he needed it.
5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
A gain of 5.
From the shotgun, Ryan. Muscle it as he pulls it in. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons. Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Atlanta. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That good for 22 and a first down. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Ball carrier.
2nd and 9.
By Bobby Wagner. 1-yard gain.
Now a draw play for Gurley. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way and worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they...
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons continue to pour it on. Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left. And their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him, but how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice, and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good. They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Dante Fowler picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Dante Fowler able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move them.
So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. A good job defensively there on Gurley as they hold him to only a yard. It's 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
On the Seahawks, 42-yard.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They run, it's Gurley. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 15 yards, 1st down, Atlanta. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up.
And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's finished off by a Todd Gurley touchdown run.
Younghoe Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And he finds his man, the tight end Olsen.
Wilson's pass.
7 yards, the pickup there. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory.